Welcome to Essential Energies. This is a short presentation about the Akhbaka range of elixirs, which were formulated to activate, enhance, and rebalance the archetypal masculine within each and every one of us. Of course, the males certainly use these, possibly more than the females, has been our experience. Although male and female, of course, do need to harness both masculine and feminine aspects of self because of the nature of what men attempt to do throughout their lives. They're very much about what they do and what they accomplish sometimes. They tend to run a little bit low on these energies. So Akhbaka, what does it mean? It's essentially three ancient Egyptian words which link three words which describe the journey of the soul. We all reincarnate or incarnate, have an experience, a life, which develops and refines our soul structure. And then we go back to the phoetic pool as a more evolved aspect of the overall divine mind or creative mind. Anyway, all that aside, what are you going to get out of these if you do use them? You will be able to come to terms with your imperfection as a human being, where Goddess is all about activating. That's the other range of essences that some of you may be aware of, Essence of the Goddess, our flagship essence range, or our oldest essence range. What this range does is it, as opposed to what the Goddess does, where Goddess makes you aware of the innate, internal, soul, spiritual aspect of self, your states, your aspects of divinity within. What Akhbaka helps you do is become more aware of your masculine side. What are you going to do? How are you going to do it? How well are you going to do it? How often are you going to repeat it? For example, when we're looking at something like loci, which is about, multitasking, supposedly a feminine, not according to what we've discovered through time. And this particular archetype is all about multitasking and the ability of the mind to look and be aware of multiple bits of information. So when you take that essence, your ability to lateral think, to find humor in things, because humor, of course, belongs to the ability to see interconnectedness and fit things where they don't normally fit. Each and every one of the essences or elixirs, we've called them elixirs, by the way, as opposed to essences, is that they have a very physical manifestation. So although we're still tapping into archetypal energies, and those of you who have heard some of our other tapes, we're actually looking now at something that helps you tap into what can my body, my mind, my every cell do because I'm activating and working with these aspects of the divine mind, the divine creation. So within all of us there is an innate spirit, but there is also a spiritual aspect to our physicality, and Akhbaka helps you do that. So in a nutshell, the masculine is about what we do, how we do it, how well we do it, how often we redo it, and what we get out of it. Anybody who's keen to live life to the max and do it as best as they can, and willing to go back and redo things when they need to, who needs the strength, the courage, the stability to do what you've got to do in a lifetime, will enjoy Akhbaka. The males especially get a lot out of this, but it's not just the single mums, it's not just the career mums or career people who are using that more masculine. It's within all. Every time you see, a parent run around between 5 children. That's actually a masculine. The running around is the masculine. The nurturing may very well belong to the goddess energies. That would be Demeter, for example. But the ability to keep on moving and do what you've got to do, that's Odin. That's actually getting in there and doing what it takes. But Odin then controls things like blinking your eyelids, your heartbeat. So, for example, if I've got somebody who's got arrhythmia with the heart, I may very well consider not just Lancelot, which is overall health of the physical heart. I would actually consider Odin, getting that regular beat, that doing what we need to do time and time and time again. So enjoy a little presentation about what the masculine is about, and some of the more intriguing ones. Not the most popular. The most popular, by the way, if you're at all interested, is actually Anubis. Now, Anubis, I need to tell you a little bit about this because it is our #1 seller. This is really cool. Odin is about getting on with it. Bygones be bygones. What's done is done. So when men complain about women who nag or rehashing old stuff, it's because they're expressing Anubis. What's done is done. You've got to get on with it. That's a very intriguing thing to be aware of. If you think they move too fast, or if you in yourself are stuck somewhere. I remember the first time I used Anubis was a lady who had consulted multiple practitioners about an experience, a very nasty experience she'd had 20 years ago. Thousands of dollars later, 30 practitioners later, she was still reliving this experience. And I remember at the time we were channeling Anubis, and I looked at her and I thought to myself, what I'm going to say is so rude. But I said, when are you going to move on? Anyway, she wrote to me a year later and she said, I thought you were a really rude woman, but I moved on. And I think that essence, that elixir, that bottle, that thing you gave me was what did it. So that's our #1 seller. It's amazing, isn't it, that moving on is prized. Our #2 is Odin, doing what it takes. #3 is Ra, recognizing success, being able to leave something when you need to. #4 is Lancelot, being able to relate from the heart. Whether there's a lot said, men are supposed to be unemotional. The masculine is supposed to be unemotional. Maybe, but it's got heart. It does things from what matters. So using Akhbaka is one of the fastest ways to not think about just what you're going to do, but doing it with heart, with intent, with purpose, with power. Heart power is power. Our next most popular is probably Zeus, being able to let an idea of yours be utilized by someone else. I guess in my particular practice, because I see a lot of management, I see a lot of business owners, I have certainly seen people, major CEOs and so forth. It's that ability to delegate, to have an idea or find an idea and let someone else run with it. Guidon is probably one of the more popular. It's not next on our list of most popular, but following on from Zeus, it's the ability to supervise someone, to oversee someone, and not pick up the baton, because if you do, sometimes you're taking that person away from their experience. Buddha, the ability to remain detached, also very, very popular. Anyway, there's 48 of them, so you really need to go on our website, www.essential-energies.com.au, and find out more.